I'm not usually in front of the camera, bro.
It's all right. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? It's Wesley Hills, also known as Ben Willette. I am a producer, singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist. Your love is like endlessly on my tongue. I can't release from your tongue. So I've been producing for over a decade now, and I've worked with many artists, production-wise. When I first started, I was working in Texas, based out of Texas, and I moved out to Arizona for school. And I've been working out here for 4 years. So in middle school and high school, that's when I was first starting out the journey. I started working with some of my friends, Caleb, Reed, Lucas Blair, Joshua Graham, Jackson Moss, a bunch of other people as well. And we didn't really know what we were doing at the time. We kind of just messed around. We're having fun because it was fun. It was interesting. No one was doing it. When we released the first song on SoundCloud, it was so bad. But we got so much hype in the school, and we're like, okay, we like this feeling. We kind of rode that wave. We started making more songs, just coming to the crib, making music, and it kind of progressed to the point where I was like, all right, I kind of want to start taking this seriously. So I started like doubling down on it and really started trying to learn everything I could learn about music production. That's when I started seeing my first relative improvements on like song structure, production, like all that stuff, mixing. And I kept it going all throughout high school. I kept making more and more songs. And I started to get ready to move out to college. At that point, I didn't know if I wanted to really go down the path of music for my life. I wanted to be a physical therapist at first. So when I got to college, music was kind of a second priority for me. School was my number one, and I was grinding on school. Wasn't really working on music that much. But when I did come out here, I met a lot of people, and they transitioned me into a different mindset of music. So originally I was just making trap, hip hop, R&B stuff. When I got out here, I started making indie music. I started making pop music. And then most importantly, I started making EDM music. And I got into the realm of EDM. I met a lot of cool people out here. Javi is one of the most worked with artists that I've worked with. He is exceptionally talented. I love Javi. I know what I want from you. Don't know what you want from me. Not seeing eye to eye, you must decide. Kai, he's humongous. Like he's a great person. He's really helped me develop my musical sense along the way. Grace, she's a phenomenal singer. She really makes sure that I make everything 100% perfect. But yeah, all those people kind of brought me into what I wanted to make and who I wanted to be. So I developed the alias Wesley Hills because I wanted to do something different than what I was originally doing. With Ben Willette, I was going and making indie music and pop music. And with all my other artists, I was just doing mostly indie, pop, and trap. But with Wesley Hills, I wanted to challenge myself and expand upon my discography. I wanted to start making EDM, all realms of EDM. I didn't really have a plan when I first started it, but I really just wanted to get into that realm because I've accomplished a lot in terms of sound with all these other genres. So me and Javi were making this one song, and I didn't really like how it was going. It was kind of trap mixed with like pop elements. I didn't really like how it was going, so I messed around on Serum and kind of made this 808 and this wub noise. And I was like, okay, I really like the way this sounds. Like it was a new sound, new feeling for both of us. After that, I started trying to create more and more projects along the lines of that sound. And it's ultimately led me to EDM, future bass, and house music. So with Wesley Hills, I want to change the way EDM music sounds. I want to incorporate real and digital music together. With Wesley Hills, I have a couple projects coming up. I have a future bass project that I've been working on for almost a year, and then a house project that I really like. I've been in the works of it for like 3 or 4 months. Wesley Hills, my main goal is to make a new sound. With Wesley Hills, I want to make a new niche of music. I kind of want to expand the boundaries of what EDM music could be and the potential that it has. In one of our songs called Lost, it is with me and Javi. We have kind of like an indie pop intro, and it goes into a very hard hitting, huge synth swells, and gnarly basses, and it's a really interesting combo of the two. It also takes a talented singer that really goes well over the top of the song, and it incorporates that as well into future bass. Currently, I have 2 songs that I want to release for the single of my future bass EP. One is Untitled. I'm not going to give away the name yet. The other one is Slow.
Where does your passion for music come from?
I mean, I've been surrounded by music my whole life. My uncle, he was a very good guitarist. He actually taught me how to play guitar. He always listened to my songs, always was like giving me steps to make it better. He was giving me like, oh, you could do this, you could do that. I've been surrounded by that my whole life. I also have had very passionate friends about music. The most notable one in the beginning was Lucas Blair. He is he's a big time artist out in Nashville right now. His band is performing all over Nashville. They're having a West Coast tour. And then another one when I moved out to Flagstaff is my buddy Javi. Looking in your eyes on fire, living like it's He has always kept me on the grind and always like wants me, and he always wants to like create a new sound. Always wants to make something different and innovative. So I'm working on music every day for 2 to 8 hours a day. I usually go to classes first and I come back, do some music. It's either me making a song, mixing, mastering, doing vocals, working on piano, working on guitar. So I'm usually working on music or anywhere around 2 to 8 hours a day. Recently it's been more like 4 to 8 hours a day, just because I've had a lot more time with my school schedule this year. I've had people that are very passionate want to come to the studio, record. So I've been really grinding this past like 2 or 3 years in terms of that aspect. I want to be able to live off of my music. I want to be able to feed myself off of the songs that I create. If I get humongous, I mean that's all one can hope for, but that's not even the goal. Like, that is a goal, but that's not what I'm aiming for. I'm just aiming to be able to do this every day of my life for my job. And I don't even feel like it would seem like a job. It's more like a passion that I make money from and I live off from. That's probably my biggest goal. And yeah, with music, I'm not really chasing it for the fame. I mean, for the money, yes, just because I want to be able to do this is the only thing. But I'm doing it for the happiness of myself, because ever since I picked up music full time, I've always had a passion and a happiness that comes out when I make a new song or when I make a new beat and I get to show the people around me. And they're like, oh my gosh, Ben, this is amazing. That always just gives me like a spark in my eyes, and I feel like a kid in a candy store. So.